Good morning, Yorkshire Classic Cars Limited fans here in tipping it down Retford. Hope you hear that on the roof. You can probably see it, hear it. I've decided to try and do something. I do an update every week on my Instagram and Facebook pages, Yorkshire Classic Cars Limited, just to let people see what's going on with the cars. But because obviously a lot of you people aren't subscribed on Yorkshire Classic Cars Limited on Facebook, I thought basically I'd just do a little update. Obviously you see some of the work I'm doing around and people seem quite interested. I have some more videos coming up, excuse me, itchy nose. So I thought I'd just do a quick run through. If it gets some hits and it's interesting and people are obviously showing that they're watching it, I'll do it again. If not, I'll just stick to doing what I'm doing, because that's fine. So as you can probably see, if I pan you around in the workshop, it's absolutely solid in here. I do have a car that the people don't want sharing on the interweb, so I'm not going to show you that up until it's finished, so that's just a work in progress. You can see behind me the Mini is back. You should be able to see that. That's a car I've restored. I've done all the bodywork. I've done all the subframes. They're all repainted now and loosely fitted in place, so basically so it's mobile in the workshop. That isn't the next job, but it came in on the trailer with no suspension on it, so I've done that so as I can move it around. Really, because I need to do bits of paint and stuff as well, I need to be able to roll it outside. It's throwing it down the rain right now, and I don't want to do that. Unfortunately, things do get dusty in here. Yesterday, I was doing a little bit of painting, so I've sprayed his fuel tank there. Nice 2K black. I was spraying the roof frame, hood frame. It's probably my fault it's raining, by the way, because I was spraying bits. I decided to do them outside in the yard because it was lovely, sunny, hot weather. And of course, as soon as I painted it, it rained, inevitably. So that is now the convertible hood frame for the white Stag, which is all but finished, basically. Now that's sprayed. It took a while to come back from the blasters, but now it's all been blasted to bare metal, like the fuel tank, clean it back to bare metal, etch primed, and then 2K blacked. As you can see, it's now shiny, glossy black. My Skyline's still here. That's doing nothing. If anybody's interested in buying it, get in touch with me. I'd like to see the back of it, quite honestly. Don't think I'll ever get it done. The green Stag up on the ramp, hope you can see that there. Just slightly on pause at the moment while I clear a few of these other jobs out of the way. I don't like doing heavy bodywork when I've got freshly painted cars in. The Mini, as soon as it's done, is going, well, as soon as it's ready, it won't be completely finished. He's ready to go have the engine installed. He's having a race engine put in it, or a semi-race fast road engine. The people who've built that want to install it, wire it, and get it running in the car. So basically, I need to get the wiring loom, the fuel system in, and then that's ready to go, but I'm not sure exactly which date yet, so that's not a priority. The owner's going to come down and discuss that with me in a couple of weeks. The white Stag is basically all but done. It's a little bit dusty at the moment. The hood, once the frame has hardened off for a few days, as you can see I don't have an oven, so it takes a few days just for it to be totally hard. I'd rather wait a little bit. Everything else is done. It's serviced, brakes are done. I had to replace the front caliper because the bleed nipple broke off and I couldn't get the broken bleed nipple out, which was really annoying. I've just got the front grille to paint, repaint. There's some stone chips from driving it. It's just sort of one of those things, but I want to do that. The hood to go on, and then I want to take it for a test drive and confirm whether it's the diff or the gearbox is making a little bit of a noise. We believe it's the diff, but I don't want to jump in and buy a diff and then find out that actually that wasn't the problem and then we fitted a diff for no reason. My Capri down there in the background, you should be able to see it. As you can see, that is currently on hold. Just purely so I can get some of this other stuff out of the way. I'd love to do that, but I'm staying late at night to try and do A, a few videos for YouTube, B, get customers' cars done. The GT6 is still sat there. Your guess is as good as mine as what's happening to that. The yellow Stag, I fitted the front bumpers on. It's a stainless steel front bumper. I'm doing a Stag sort of buyer's guide, comparison guide. Hopefully that'll be on in the next few days. That car is nearly finished. The wheels are back from powder coating. Here. Okay, so I'm just going to get some tyres for those this week from a vintage tyre company in Bawtry, which if you Google it, you'll find it. I don't know if they'd want the name on here. They might do, they might not, so they're not sponsoring it. So great people, quite famous. They make modern tyres that appear like a retro tyre. They're quite expensive, but compared to tyres you'd buy for something like an Audi, they're not expensive at all. But it's difficult to get sizes for cars with retro tyre sizes, so if you want to get in touch with them, they're great. The engine out of the Green Stag, hopefully that should be going this month. He said to me September. I've got to ring him and just confirm what day I'm dropping that off at the machine shop to have the crank done and the rebar. If I take you outside, or show you outside, it is siling it down with rain. You can see the blue pickup truck has arrived. That's an F350. Obviously I'm going to get that in the minute I've got space. The trailer usually lives at home. The 350 is in, it's got some fuel issues, it doesn't run right. It's got a bit of play in the steering and the brakes aren't great. I think the brakes are probably as good as they're ever going to be, but he just wants me to have a quick look at them. The steering I'm going to check for, see if there's any play in any of the ball joints, things like that. Pitman arms and steering box. And the engine, it's got dirt in the fuel system. And I'm just trying to source a fuel tank, which is probably going to have to come from the States. So it's actually not an American vehicle, that. It's a Ford Australia vehicle, so it's come from Australia originally, so it's a right-hand drive, and it's a manual, which is quite rare. Okay, so that's this week's update. Please comment if you find that interesting, if you're interested in seeing what's going on. There isn't always a huge amount to show, even though I am actually doing a huge amount. The place looks like a bomb's gone off in here at the minute, which is stressing me out quite a bit because I'm a bit of a neat freak, believe it or not. But yeah, if that's of interest, stick a comment in the comments. If not, if you'd rather not see that and just see the sort of educational type videos I'm trying to do, by all means come and say. Oh, by the way, I'll just before I go, the P100 bedsides I was doing, that's the one there that I was doing the welding on. I've now done the bottom edges as well, okay. I haven't videoed that, kind of wish I had, because people seem to have really enjoyed the other video. The plan with these is just to get the bottoms done and the rear and the front edge there mainly, so they can actually be bolted to the truck and finished on the truck, because we're not sure what we're going to do with the tops. I'm just doing these for a mate. They're not a paying job, they're just to try and help him out a little bit. They're going on a racing car. It's got a 1UZ in it, V8 4 litre with a turbo on it. It's brill. They haven't thrown money at it, but they've made quite an effective thing. They've mated a turbo 400 to it and a Ford 9-inch. Okie dokie. So yeah, if there's anything you'd like to ask about, if you want to buy me Skyline, there it is. Beautiful. It's getting on my nerves and it's getting in my way, so if you fancy it, there it is. Yeah, if like I say, if you think that's interesting, you'd like to see anything more in depth, please by all means comment, I can do that. If you think it's a total waste of time, say that as well and I won't do it again. Okie dokie. Thank you, cheers, good night and farewell.